comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Funko Soda announcements made by Funko. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the insane Funko Soda announcements made by Funko on their social media platforms. Now, some of you already know some of these Funko Soda reveals because they had been announced during a few episodes of the Funko Fun TV segment of Freddy's Funhouse with Hillary and Ashley. But then there was already some Funko Sodas that weren't announced during those Fun TV segments that got announced during these reveals. Today we are looking at a total of, I believe it's 12 Funko Sodas, with 3 of them being exclusive sodas, with the rest of them being commons. So I'm gonna go in order of the postings one by one, kicking off with such a banger for me at least, and that is the Carnage Funko Soda, which will be limited to 20,000 pieces, exclusive to Entertainment Earth, in which the common will be Carnage and the chase is Cletus Cassidy. This is so awesome to see. I know they made the Venom one. I want to say like they announced it a few months ago where the common is Venom and then the chase version is Venom with his tongue sticking out, which I felt was a little lackluster in my opinion. But I like the way that they went with Carnage because of course you have Carnage. It's just like the Venom common where the tongue's not sticking out, but instead of going the tongue route for the chase, they went with the Cletus Cassidy route, which is really awesome. I think they went the right route with the common and the chase, just because I feel like with this common and chase, it convinces fans more to get more than just one soda can of this character, especially if you are a casual Funko Soda collector and you're trying to get a lot of them. I feel like there's a lot of people that want to get both of these, especially me, who Carnage is one of, if not my favorite Marvel character, so I definitely need to get the common and the chase. But overall, I am super glad that Carnage finally has a Funko Soda because that's been one of my big wants as terms to Funko Sodas. Then we got ourselves the Winter Soldier from Captain America Civil War, which this will be limited to 10,000 pieces and will be exclusive to the Funko shop. The common version, of course, is Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes himself, with the chase version being a metallic variant, which I think this definitely makes sense to do a metallic route, especially because of the Winter Soldier's robotic arm. So I think it definitely makes sense to make that metallic, but I find that whenever Funko does metallic chases, they go a little bit overboard as terms to the metallic effect on the Funko Sodas. Like especially when you're looking at this Winter Soldier Funko Soda, not only is the robotic arm metallic and the attire metallic, but also the hair is metallic, which I always find it weird on why Funko decides that they need to put the metallic effect on the hair. I think it would just be better just to have the hair just the normal vinyl color like you see in the common, and then just either keep the metallic arm or even the metallic arm and the weapon that the Winter Soldier has in his hands as metallic. Then we got ourselves Goliath from Gargoyles, which will be limited to 12,500 pieces and will be a previews exclusive, in which the common version of Goliath is just normal Goliath with the colors, but the chase variant is a stone version. The overall design of Goliath is pretty decent. I don't really know much about Gargoyles. That's actually more of my co-host MD Shady's alley, because he has pretty much, I think, almost all, or he might have the entire Gargoyles Funko Pop collection. And I know in that Funko Pop set, there is the stone variant of Goliath, so it definitely makes sense that they went the route of having normal Goliath as the common and the stone variant as the chase. I think it looks pretty decent. Next up, we have ourselves Darkseid from the Justice League, in which this will be a common Funko Soda, and I think the rest of the Funko Sodas discussed in this video will all be commons, in which this will be limited to 12,500 pieces, and the common version is just Darkseid standing there, but then the chase variant has him holding his like staff. I feel, in my opinion, a little bit, this is kind of a lackluster soda can, not because it's from the Justice League. Obviously, Zack Snyder's Justice League was a very anticipated movie, and this version of Darkseid was very well received. I just felt like they could have done a little better with this Funko soda can. I feel like it's one of those soda cans where the chase one is the one that you need to get, because it reminds me of let's say, Bazooka Joe for the Add Icons lineup, where you have the common one and he's just standing there, but then you have the chase one and he's blowing the bubble, and that's what really reminds you of Bazooka Joe, so you really need to get it. And if you end up getting a sealed soda can and you get the common version, you're kind of disappointed that you actually didn't get the chase and you just want to end up selling the common and would rather probably buy the chase on the secondary market. So that's exactly what this Dark Side Funko Soda kind of gives me the vibes of, is that you need that chase, and there's not really a point of having the common in the collection unless, of course, you are a DC fan and you want to get both. Next up, we have ourselves Yogi Bear from Hanna-Barbera, which will be limited to 10,000 pieces, and the common version is Yogi Bear holding the basket, but the chase variant is a flocked version of Yogi Bear, but it's actually not holding the basket. Now, this is kind of one of those Funko Sodas where it is a very huge money grab, because both of these Yogi Bear sodas are doing different things. On one hand, you really want Yogi Bear with the basket, but then on the other hand, it's really cool to have essentially Yogi Bear flocked, but then you don't get the basket. So it's kind of that thing of like, do I just want the common or do I want both? Because the common is really cool, but the chase is flocked, which is even cool, but it doesn't have the basket. And it's like, Next up, we have ourselves Geralt from the Netflix series The Witcher, which will be limited to 10,000 pieces. You have the more common version of Geralt, and then the chase variant is metallic with his face kind of turning a different color. I don't exactly know what's going on, but this is a pretty decent soda. This is one of those things also, I feel like, with the Yogi Bear, where you get the common, and the common's still pretty decent, but then that metallic chase, you know, it makes sense for it to be metallic because of the sword and probably the outfit. A bunch of the pieces on there would be metallic, but then you also get that extra aspect of the face kind of turning the different color there. So it's almost like, maybe now as I think about it, kind of like the opposite, where like not only are you getting a different specification variant, but they're actually adding something to the chase to where maybe they want you to get more than one soda can of Geralt so that you can get your odds on chance of getting the chase more. Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, which will be limited to 12,500 pieces, which the common, of course, is your regular Rick Sanchez with the portal blaster, I guess I'm gonna call it. And then the chase is Doofus Rick, which this is awesome. I have always been a fan of Doofus Rick. It's actually my favorite version of Rick Sanchez throughout the Rick and Morty series, and the fact that they made it as the chase version is awesome. They could have went a route like, let's say, if you would have thought of a Rick Sanchez Funko Soda and you were trying to figure out the chase or figure out what you think that Funko would do, most likely they'd probably do, like off the top of my head, I would have thought they would have done Toxic Rick, make it all green and make it glow in the dark. But the fact that they went the route of making it Doofus Rick as the chase and not just using the same mold of the common Rick Sanchez is just absolutely awesome, because I really want that Doofus Rick chase. Although the common is still pretty cool, I might have to get 2, maybe 3 of these Rick Sanchez sodas so that I can better my chances at getting that chase, because this is a wicked chase. Next up, we have ourselves Gizmo from Gremlins, which will be limited to 10,000 pieces, which of course we got ourselves normal Gizmo as the common, and then the chase variant is Gizmo with the 3D glasses. Now, I'm kind of not surprised that they went down this route, just because of the fact that all they had to do was just add a little piece to it. They didn't have to change the mold at all of Gizmo, but both of these variants are pretty decent. I would have rather had normal Gizmo and then the chase be flocked of that same version instead of having the 3D glasses. Obviously, for me per se, if I were to get one can and it ended up being the common, I would be totally fine with that, because I wouldn't really want the chase, unlike my co-host MD Shady, who has basically already told me before the recording of this video that he is basically guaranteed that he's going to be buying a full entire 6-piece case of the Gizmo soda so that he gets the chase variant. Next up, we have ourselves George Sanderson from Monsters Inc., which will be limited to 10,000 pieces. You got regular George Sanderson with the orange and yellow fur, and the chase variant is when he's bald and he's got the cone around his head, which is fucking amazing. George fucking Sanderson. We finally get some sort of variant of him in Funko form, and they made it as a soda before a pop, and it is awesome. I am glad that they went down this route instead of the regular, you probably would have seen George Sanderson and then a flock chase. This is a much better chase. This is one where a lot of people, even myself, I'm considering buying a full entire case so that not only do I have extra George Sandersons, but I get that chase guaranteed, because this is a great chase. One of the best chases for a Funko soda that I've probably ever seen. Next up, we have Sam from Trick or Treat, which will be limited to 9,000 pieces. The common version is Sam holding the bag, but the chase variant is Sam holding the already eaten lollipop, which I think this is pretty decent. I felt like it would have been a little bit cooler if, for the chase, they had made it like they did with the Hot Topic exclusive pop they announced from Funko Ween last year, where it's kind of like the a disfigured face, I think it was. I haven't seen Trick or Treat, so I don't really know what was going on there, but I think that version for a Funko soda chase would have been cooler than just slightly different mold. And I think there are a decent amount of horror fans that will want to get this Funko soda. Next up, we have Pete from Disney, which will be limited to 9,000 pieces. The common version is Pete with his arms crossed, and then the chase variant is him without a hat and his arms are out ready to scare you, which I think this is pretty cool. I like how they kind of slightly changed the mold. I don't really know much about Pete, although that I know that he is the, I think, antagonist for the Mickey Mouse series, but that's about it. I think it's really cool. I think there's going to be a decent amount of people that will want to get the common and the chase. And the last Funko soda that I'm going to be discussing about that was announced here today is Frankenstein from the Universal Monsters lineup, which will be limited to 8,500 pieces, in which you got normal Frankenstein with his arms out, but the chase version is him holding the flower and it glows in the dark. This is actually pretty cool because you have 3 different things involving with the chase that might want to convince you to actually get your chance at both the common and the chase. Of course, with the common, I feel like a lot of people would want the common because it's how you would know of Frankenstein. He's got his arms out, he's like, "Arr!" And it's just simplistic like that. But with the chase version, first off, you got a glow-in-the-dark specification, which, especially with the color green, that is a great color when it comes to glow-in-the-dark and you're using a black light on. Next thing, he has an object in his hand, which is the flower, which they did do a Funko Pop, I believe. And then, not only that, from what it looks like, I don't know if it's because they're dimming the color down because of glow-in-the-dark, or the jacket is actually a more slightly darker gray. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on the insane announcements of Funko soda figures, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know your favorite and least favorite Funko sodas. I might have to say that my favorite has to be Carnage, and my least favorite probably has to be the Dark Side because of the reasons that I mentioned earlier. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.